Muhammad Syed has been arrested for 2 murders and is suspected of 2 more. Syed's victims are all Muslim men living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Police are investigating whether the killings make Syed a serial killer, hate crime murderer, or both. Hey everybody, welcome to the True Crime Squad. I'm Kristi Brower, here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Katie Weaver. Hey Katie, how's it going?
It is going good.
Glad to
What
hear
can I
it.
say? Yeah.
All good, huh? You said you got a lot done today. What was that?
Oh my gosh. Well, I made a cup for our sister for her birthday.
Oh, nice.
I made Mars a sleeve, an arm sleeve for going back to softball, a breast cancer awareness one.
Nice.
I fixed my printer, which that's been, something that's been weighing
Oh,
heavy on me. So between
yeah.
last night and today, I finally got that ironed out. Oh, I did another custom job to make a whole bunch more sleeves.
Oh, cool.
I feel like there's more.
That
I
sounds
mean,
like
there was lots
plenty.
of, like, pig and dog feeding and,
Mhm.
things like that too, but yeah, I had a busy, productive day. I'm telling you, the whiteboard. We put this whiteboard this is what's funny. I made my husband asked my husband, probably made, put a whiteboard, on the wall in the kitchen because I just feel like I'm not getting enough done. I'm just driving myself crazy, not being very organized and partially doing things and how it goes. And important like phone
Yeah.
calls and filings and things like that not getting done, just
Mhm.
the mundane. So anyway, I thought maybe if I had a big list on the wall that I could see myself making progress, that I could mark off, that I could plan my day, I would do better. And I have
Mhm.
a lot better. Here's the crazy side piece to that. He has done so much better.
Has he?
Oh,
Ah.
yeah. He claimed his side of the board, and I took my side of the board. And then Mars scooched us both over and took the middle of the board and made a huge list of things she needs to do before she goes back to school. But Scott is
Wow.
on fire, man. He's gotten a ton of shit done. So, anyway,
That's
whiteboard for the
fantastic.
win. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I need one of those.
Right? Everyone needs one of those, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What
Well,
about you?
that's fantastic. What about me? I don't know. Some extreme fatigue has hit me in the last few days, and so I've done mostly resting.
It's
But
hot and
as
humid. It just feels really heavy.
it
Everything feels
does,
very heavy.
yeah, it really does. And so
Mm-hmm.
I've just been trying to just take really good care of myself because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need to,
That's what you do. Yeah.
right? It is. So this is our Monday episode. And Katie, I think you're kicking us off with a crime update.
Yes.
All right, let's hear it.
So, backing up just a minute to earlier this spring, when you discovered that you had been the victim of a crime,
Yes, I
uh,
had.
your van, your vamper that you were parking in outside outdoor storage, had had the catalytic converter cut off of it and stolen. And
Yep.
that's been a big ongoing problem in the US here the last year or so. I'm sure before that, but for the last while, it's been seriously amping up. And
Hmm.
these thieves, they don't care, if they hurt or disable your car and it doesn't, that there's no
Right.
care to it. So in your case, they cut through the transmission lines. And
Yep.
luckily, Scott was able to fix that pretty easily, though you
Yes.
are now sound like you're driving a tank for sure. But
Yeah. It does
yeah.
sound like a small aircraft taking off when I
Hmm.
start it. So.
I mean, it was an easy fix for you. For a lot of people with like newer cars or live in places that it's illegal to drive without a catalytic converter, these are
Hmm.
thousands of dollars to repair. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
it is.
So I saw a case that I thought you would find interesting.
Uh-huh.
These are catalytic converters.
Oh my goodness.
This happened in Oregon. A catalytic converter crime ring was busted a couple of days ago. 14 people have been accused in trafficking them. And
Jackasses.
that stack of catalytic converters behind the sheriff, Yeah. The chief, sorry. Her name is Stacy Jepson. That's 1,000 catalytic converters that were taken in to
Whoa.
evidence. Yeah.
That's like $200,000 worth of, I guess it depends on the car.
80,000. They said 80
80,000 is what they're
worth
figuring?
worth 80,000 on the black market, but to replace them in
Oh,
people's cars, much, 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 much more.
much more. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So,
Jerks. Oh,
yeah. But this bust led them to the person they think they is at the top of the ladder, a man named Brennan Patrick Doyle. And when they searched 8 locations associated with him, including a lakefront house in Lake Oswego, they arrested him and found 3,000 catalytic converters,
whoa.
hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, a high-end car, and jewelry. Yep,
What a creep.
yep. They are accused at this point of trafficking more than 44,000 catalytic converters.
Holy crap.
Street value
Whoa.
$22 million
Oh my God.
and many, many more millions of damage to people's vehicles.
Well, yeah. I mean, because it's not often that they just take them out without messing
Mhm.
up something else, too.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
unreal.
So here's why.
Wow.
Here's why the catalytic converters matter. The price of heavy metals has gone up so much,
Hmm.
like rhodium, platinum, palladium, uh, and other things that are found in catalytic converters. The job of a catalytic converter is to cleanse gas emissions and reduce pollution. So in
Hmm.
some areas they're required. If you have an area where you have to have to get a emissions test, if you don't have a catalytic converter, you will not pass it. So, and
Right.
some newer cars won't run without it anyway.
Hmm.
Rhodium is currently valued at $14,000 an ounce.
Holy shit.
Now, a standard catalytic converter only has a few grams of rhodium, but that adds up.
Right? It certainly
Yeah.
does. If you've stolen 44,000 of them,
Hmm. Yep.
holy cow.
Uh, Catalytic converters that have been broken down in at a refinery are worth around $800 a piece. They also don't have any kind of identifying numbers, so they're not traceable.
Oh,
So
jeez.
they're a thief's dream come true.
Yeah.
So, the moral of the story is simply be careful and park in the garage if you can. Have lights on your property that turn on, the motion lights if people come around. Be aware of your property
Security
because this is
cameras.
happening, security cameras, this is happening everywhere.
Yeah.
So pay attention to what's going on around your property and your vehicles because this could happen to you. It's
Yeah.
probably happened to plenty of you that we're
Hmm.
addressing right now. So
Probably.
that's why it matters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that just really pisses me off.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so mad when it happened to us. And we were lucky because Scott was able to help us get our
Yeah.
van going. And Idaho doesn't actually require catalytic converters, so we don't have to
Mhm.
replace it. Um,
Yeah.
and our van's an old van, but
Right.
still,
But still, it's unbelievable that this keeps happening to people. It's terrible.
it's
So,
awful. It makes me so mad. Oof.
yeah.
Ooh, top of the FOS list.
That's where oh yeah.
Catalytic converter thieves.
That's right. Straight to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to turn the mic over to you for our main case.
All right. So this is breaking news out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico has had a problem with what they are now deeming a potential serial killer.
Yeah.
This person has killed 4 Muslim men from November to now, and 3 of them were killed in just the last couple of weeks.
Wow.
And they're ambush killings. Just come up behind them, shoot them, and
Wow.
go. Very, very scary. People have been terrified,
Mhm.
very afraid of who's next and who's doing this. Well, police have finally caught Muhammad Syed. Let me show you a picture of Syed. So Mohammed Syed is 51.
Mm-hmm.
He is originally of Afghani descent, and he is a Sunni Muslim. He's only lived in the U.S. for, I don't know, 5-ish years is what they're saying right now. And this is still really early days as far as what we
Right.
know about him, but we know a few things. He does have some history of domestic violence. He's been accused of domestic violence a couple of times, but then his family refused to cooperate after the
Oh.
fact. Also, he and some other members of his family assaulted his daughter's boyfriend at one point
Oh.
because they did not want her being with him. It sounds like he is a Shiite Muslim, and they're Shiite Muslims and Sunni Muslims. They do not get along.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm not making a personal judgment. It's just as groups, they are not fans of one another.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's believed that this might have started because his daughter did marry her Shiite Muslim boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
let me tell you a little bit more about what has gone on. They caught him in on his way to Houston, Texas,
Ah.
and he was about 100 miles out of Albuquerque when he was caught. There was a tip that went out about the vehicle that they think this person was driving,
Mm-hmm.
and that is how they caught him. Is that somebody found the car.
Mm-hmm.
He did have a handgun on him when he was arrested, and he had bullet casings in his car that matched the caliber of the weapons that have been used to kill two of his victims.
Okay.
So he is currently charged with the murder of two men,
Uh-huh.
and likely to be charged with the murder of two more.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they do believe he had some conflict with some of them, right?
Yes,
Some
it
interpersonal exchanges with them.
yes, he went to the same mosque as some of these men, and so
Okay.
it is believed that he did know them, and that there were some personal issues there.
Mm-hmm.
But the first person he killed was in November of last year, and then all of these other murders have been in July and August of this year,
Wow. Okay.
which is kind of weird. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what set that one off, and why now has it been three?
Mm-hmm.
Um, One thing that I'm really happy about is that the police and the city of Albuquerque have been on this.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see, um, particularly murders involving Muslims, don't
Yeah.
get nearly as much attention as they should.
Yeah.
That is not the case here. The police have been
No.
on this
Mm-hmm.
and are horrified by what's been happening and want the Muslim community in their city to feel safe. There are about 4,000
Mm-hmm.
Muslims that live in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And, the police and the mayor, they want them to know that, we're not messing around. We're not letting anybody do this. And we are going to catch this person. And now they have.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't fully know the motive yet, but we have some idea,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, with what we know about the daughter.
Yeah.
So the first person killed was Muhammad Ahmadi, and he was 62, and he was killed in November of last year. And he is from Afghanistan,
Uh-huh.
same as Saeed or
Okay.
Syed. Syed. And then we had Naeem Hussein, who is 25 from Pakistan, who was killed a week ago Friday.
Okay.
And then um, that was right after the murders of Muhammad Afzael Hussein, who was 27, and
Mm-hmm.
Aftab Hussein, who was 41. And they were
Wow.
also from Pakistan, and they were members of the same mosque.
Wow.
So there is some connection here. We don't know totally what the connection is yet,
Mm-hmm.
but the police are deeming this a potential serial killer.
Yeah.
This could also be a hate crime. It sounds like because of the shell casings that they found that linked Syed to these last two murders, that they arrested him on those two. So they're working on evidence for the other two, but they do believe that he has committed all four.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People in the Muslim community in Albuquerque and really all over the country are really breathing a sigh of relief right now to know
Yeah,
that this man is in custody. Because, I mean, there were people saying that they were afraid to pray in their mosques
sure.
because they were afraid a shooter would come in. And actually, the city of Albuquerque has been providing extra security for
Mm-hmm.
that mosque during prayer times
Mm-hmm.
ever since this started happening because
Sure.
they're, worried that
Well,
this
sure.
isn't over,
Well, and in our current world,
right?
ugh,
Yeah.
I don't think
So,
we could, take anything for granted at this point.
right. No, we absolutely couldn't. In any way take anything for granted. And so
Yeah.
I have to give some kudos to the police because they are
Yeah.
handling this exactly the way they should. The mayor is
Mm-hmm.
handling it the way they should. This is the way that these murders should always be handled. It just should never matter who got
Right.
killed or what their religion or nationality is or anything like that.
No.
People getting killed means, you know,
Yeah.
hardest work possible on the part of the police should be
Mm-hmm.
always.
Should
And I
be, but
just
we don't always see that.
no,
So,
we don't. But we definitely are seeing that in this case, and I'm pleased by that. I like to highlight improvement because we talk a lot about places in the country where,
hmm
you know, the
the
ball is
police have
getting
fallen
dropped
down. Yeah,
seriously.
for
And this is
sure.
not one of those cases. They have been right on top of it, and I'm sure there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot more to come out, and so we'll do updates on this case. But I wanted to share it because they just arrested him last week on the 10th.
Wow. Good.
So yeah, I'm glad that he's off the street, but I'm sure
But
there's
it's
way
too
more to
bad
the
he
story.
got to kill four that we know of.
Or yeah,
That we know of.
that we know of. It's very possible other communities prior to
hmm
this, they're definitely
There's gonna have to be a hard look here
yeah, there
at
really
where
is.
he's been. Yeah.
He, of course, is denying all involvement. There's yet to be an attorney of
What?
record for him. So we're going to see a lot more happen here in the next couple of weeks as he gets, officially charged and arraigned, and he'll have an attorney at that point, and
hmm
we'll start to see what they're kind of where the angle they're going to take with this. But I mean, they caught him with the gun,
Yeah.
so
That's pretty big doings. Yeah.
it is. So anyway, that is Mohammed Syed, and we will continue to cover him. And we just want to send all our love to the families that have lost these four men. This is tragic what
Yeah.
has happened to lose these family members. People are absolutely heartbroken.
Absolutely.
And so we send all our love to them and, our kudos to Albuquerque and the work that's being done to keep this man off the street.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Katie, I believe you have some WTF news for us.
Oh, I do.
Oh, well, let's hear it.
Crime gets pretty heavy. And one of the reasons for the segments that we do on our show is to lighten things up a little bit sometimes.
Mhm,
And the collective energy just feels super heavy right now. So I thought
mhm.
maybe some lightening up would be good for us. So I'm going to share with you some ridiculous crimes you won't be able to believe happened but did. But before I do that, just one headline that I had to share.
Oh, boy.
Man eats underwear to beat breathalyzer.
What?
Apparently so. Yep.
But did it work?
That I don't know.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
try, at least.
I
Whose
really
underwear? I'd like to know.
doubt.
Uh, there's a lot of questions there, but uh,
Mhm.
we should probably find out if it worked before anyone goes gobbling down underwear in the
I mean,
future.
I just would highly not recommend it at any time.
Yeah, it's probably just not a good policy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a couple discovered a burglar in their house after the husband told the wife a joke and heard a man upstairs laughing.
Are you serious? Oh my god.
I don't know what the joke was. but it seems to me like it must have been pretty damn funny.
Well, genius material here, clearly.
Most definitely. Uh, if a man high on bath salts breaks into your house, what do you suppose they might do there?
Take a bath?
Mm, maybe gobble up your dog. There's a lot of things they
Oh.
might do, right?
Ugh.
Not this guy. He put up all the family's Christmas decorations.
What was it, Christmas time?
It was in November, so we
Oh,
were getting
okay.
close. Yeah, yep.
Did
Kid
he
got
steal
home.
anything?
It looks like no. He broke into their house. This happened in Ohio. Boy came home from school to discover Christmas decorations all up, though we're not really sure, if they looked good or not. I'm guessing no, but and a strung out man watching TV, laying on the couch.
Holy crap. How
Yeah,
scary.
yeah,
And yet also hilarious. I mean, what
yeah.
what's the motivation there? I mean, I guess if you're high on bath salts, there's no logicking of what you've done.
Apparently not, and at least it was close to the holidays. I wondered if they had them out, and hadn't put them up yet or something. But the
Mhm.
last couple of years, I haven't really done Christmas decorations because I wasn't feeling it. So here's a tip. Just kidding. No,
No. No, no, no.
don't use bath salts nor hire someone who's on them to put up your Christmas decorations.
No, don't.
It could have a bad end. Okay. Well, this guy got robbed and he was pissed because nobody robs him. His name is David Williamson. So he called the police. He said he'd been robbed, and the police came and they wanted to know what was stolen. It was 2 cannabis plants in an illegal state.
Did
So,
did he think because he was a victim of a crime, they would overlook the part about growing cannabis?
apparently so.
Wow.
They didn't, and he went to jail for 9 months. So, if someone steals illegal stuff from you, maybe, I don't know, shut the hell up. That's a
Wow.
thought. Now, here's a man whose flatulence got him charged with battery. Why? Well, he was arrested for DUI, and the police were trying to fingerprint him, and he was being kind of difficult. And then he farted aggressively on a cop, and apparently the odor was very strong. It was considered an assault, and he was charged with battery for doing so.
God.
Yeah.
Note to self, don't do that.
Um, maybe he'd been to Taco Bell. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe. All right. Okay. Well, a lawyer gets pizzas and other fast food items delivered to his office after a stranger places the orders.
Mm,
I don't know why this is a crime. It was called a serial pizza stalker.
mm.
I don't get that.
The
I'm not
serial
sure.
pizza stalker, so they'd done it before
Apparently.
and just randomly send food to people?
Yeah. I'm going to admit we did that as prank calls when we were kids.
Right.
That's before caller ID because we're old AF, but
Well, and
that was
also
something.
before paying over the phone,
True. Yeah.
because
Well, in fact, it
that's
happened to us one time as kids. A pizza was delivered to our house that we hadn't ordered, and
yeah.
our mom was so perplexed. Yeah, they didn't make her pay for it, and she was really embarrassed about it. But she didn't have any cash to pay for it, and didn't know it was coming. And yeah,
I don't know
that
why
used to
that's a
be a
crime
thing,
either.
but apparently it's a crime happening in Germany right now.
Mhm.
So just
Oh,
know,
okay. So German law might be different. I don't know.
maybe. Okay. Oh dear. This woman assaulted her boyfriend and was arrested for domestic abuse. Why? Well, he came first, and she was not cool with that. So she beat the shit out of him, and the police were called.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, that's not that's not good. Yeah.
Uh, I don't even know what to say about that.
Now in Minnesota, in St. Cloud, a guy named Corey Michael Morgan was drunk and he was hungry and he went to Pizza Hut and they weren't open. And he thought, no worries, I got this. So he broke in and he deep fried a bunch of wings and he threw a bunch of marinara sauce on the wall. And he was actually found in the Pizza Hut making up his dinner and he was arrested. Yeah.
Why did he throw marinara on the wall? Just
I don't
out of
really know.
curiosity.
Maybe just to
Because he was
spice
mad they
things
weren't
up a bit. I'm
open.
not really sure. Maybe he thought it was like buffalo sauce, and when it wasn't, he was like, blah, blah, I don't want that. I don't know.
Maybe. I
I don't
don't
know.
think you're supposed
Moral
to
of
do
the
that.
story, if your favorite restaurant is closed, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or in his case, go home. You're drunk.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So this boy, well, he's a man. We're going to call him a boy. He's 22, but he's acting like a kid. Uh, he broke into his mother's house and robbed her.
Oh.
Here's the thing. He hadn't been welcome there for 3 months. He didn't have any possessions at her house. She had kicked him out because of his nonsense. But
Mm-hmm.
his defense was, you can't charge me with burglary, duh. You can only charge someone with burglary if it happened at night.
What? Well,
Apparently, day
note to
burglary is
self.
just fine.
Yeah. Go steal
Yeah,
stuff in the daylight and you'll be fine. What the hell?
yeah. Oh, here's the whole article about the man eats underwear to beat breathalyzer. Let's
Well, can
see.
we please hear the rest of this story?
I think we should. In fact, let's just read the article.
Let's do.
This came from The Advocate. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Where an 18-year-old Stetler man tried to eat his underwear, his own, now we know, in the hope that the cotton fabric would absorb alcohol before he took a breathalyzer test, provincial court heard this week. David Zerfla was subsequently acquitted of a charge of impairment driving because he blew a .08, the legal limit. Oh, it did work. But the testimony broke up people in Judge David McNaughton's provincial court here Thursday afternoon. Mr. Zerfla was collared by RCMP Constable Bill Robinson after he ran from his vehicle, which had been seen weaving down the highway. While sitting in the back of the patrol car, Mr. Zerfla tried to eat his own shorts. Mr. Zerfla He said that he ripped the crotch out of his own shorts, then stuffed the fabric in his mouth, and then spit it out. Well, I mean, there's other parts to your underwear, but well, whatever. Okay. A
Well,
class of law students from William William E. Hay Composite Court in the court as observers was removed by the teacher when the testimony enlivened the proceedings. The grade 11 and 12 students had difficulty maintaining composure.
I
People were
can't imagine.
people were leaving the courtroom in tears in their eyes, trying not to laugh, said Constable McFarlane. So, okay, he wasn't even drunk enough to get a ticket. For one.
Just dumb, it sounds like.
For two, okay, but work with me on this.
Okay.
What kind of situation does your underwear have to be in that you could just reach down and tear the crotch out?
Okay, very good point. Like the oldest underwear you can imagine. They're just barely hanging on for dear life.
Already perforated and full of holes? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't do it. I wouldn't.
No, definitely no.
And it doesn't sound like that doing that is what actually worked. So it's fine. It's probably fine. I can't imagine what the police were thinking watching this shit go down.
Right?
Yep. A woman tried to trade an Olive Garden salad for drugs. Unfortunately, the person she tried to trade with was an undercover cop, so that was a hard pass.
I mean,
He
Olive
might have been
Garden
tempted.
salad.
Olive Garden doesn't suck, but nope, didn't work out.
It's
Yep.
just crappy iceberg lettuce. I mean, I don't think it's worth that much.
Mm-mm. Now, this must be different than in the US, because in the US, politicians hand out things all the time. I think. Well, I don't know. But in Romania, someone was jailed, a politician, for handing out 60 tons of fried chicken, trying to convince people to vote for him.
60 tons?
Yeah, that seems
Holy
like a
sh!
lot.
Yeah, that does seem like bribery.
That did break laws, and he was jailed. And also, I'm assuming, wasn't allowed to. Other countries don't let criminals be politicians. Here in the U.S., that's no thing.
Yeah,
But
you're
we
clearly just fine.
don't. No, no, no. But I guess you can't do that there. Okay.
I don't.
Last one. A Florida man, tries to
Mm.
pawn stolen jewelry at store managed by woman whose home he just robbed. I've actually read this story before. So this fool breaks into this lady's house in the night, steals her jewelry. The next morning, she goes to work at the pawn shop that she manages, and this jackass walks in there with her shit. It wasn't just jewelry, it was other stuff too. Yeah. So she did manage to get him arrested. Yeah.
Yeah, that is like instant karma, like I've never heard before. Oh, that's funny.
Mhm. Yep. So, yeah, don't do that either at all. I feel
No.
like people that listen to our show would not do these things anyway.
Me too. Yeah, but
But they might be able to spread the word, cautionary tales of things you shouldn't do, you know?
I guess.
Or you
Well,
should, because you definitely are going to get caught. I mean,
mhm.
let's keep people a little dumb, and if they're going to commit crimes like this, it's the
Right.
geniuses you have to worry about, not the idiots.
Well, I
But
mean, apparently some guy thought that you could commit burglary during the day and it would be okay. So maybe we should just pass that along and,
yeah,
we'll catch a lot more burglars.
well, come on. A legislator in Idaho recently thought that you could swallow a camera when you're pregnant, and then doctors could use that camera to see what was going on all up in your hoo ha with your baby.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of geniuses, a
They
lot of
thought
geniuses.
putting it here would go down there.
Yeah,
That to no,
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 that's a hard pass on that. That's not how that works. Yeah,
no, not at all.
nope, nope, nope. Well, anyway, there you have it.
Well, sometimes I think we are safe from at least some of the criminals out there in the world because they are just damn dumb. Not all of them, obviously, but
I'd
some.
really like to know what that joke was.
Right?
Let's
Oh,
do this. If you've made it this far, congratulations, because that was long. But if you're still here, share a joke with us in the comments, and we'll vote on which one was the joke that
right?
caught the robber. Yeah,
Which joke would be so funny that you would laugh at it even if you were breaking into someone's house?
yeah, I want to know.
Let's see some jokes.
hmm I sent out a joke in my newsletter yesterday. I'll tell you. I thought it was funny, but I'm a big fan of the dad joke. But
Me
you
too.
should be nice to people who wear glasses. They paid a lot of money to see you.
That is true. That is true.
I liked it. Maybe it was that one. Probably not. Probably
Probably
not at
not.
all. No.
Probably not. But I don't know. I would love to see some guesses.
Me too. All righty. Well, that's what I've got.
All right. Well, this has been our Monday episode. Of course, we'll be back on Tuesday and Wednesday with some other interesting and probably hilarious content. We'll be back Wednesday night with Wednesday night case updates. And Wednesday night after case updates is also the True Crime Cold Read Party. Now, that is a part of our subscription over on YouTube. So
hmm
you can bring cold cases to us and we will do a read on them and tell you what we think happened. Sign up for our subscription if you would like that. It's easy to do. You just go to the homepage of our YouTube channel, which is, of course, True Crime Squad. And there's a
hmm
button that says join. You just click on that, and then it'll show you what to do.
Yep.
And then, of course, now the Psychic Hour is now a part of our subscription service as well, and a part of our Patreon. So you
Yeah.
can get that in either of those places.
hmm
Yeah. So Thank you very much for joining us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment because it helps us to grow, and we really just have a great time with you guys. So we appreciate all of your support.
Most definitely.
And you know it, we are the True Crime Squad. Thanks for being here.
Take care.